If you're subscribed to this channel, you're no stranger to me saying that the GoPro Hero 7 is a great camera. But how does it compare to the Hero 5 before it? That's today's video. Let's get into it. Hey guys, it's Freely and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be about the GoPro Hero 7 Black versus the GoPro Hero 5 Black. So the Hero 7's been out for a while now and I still see people hesitant to get the 7. They already have like a 4 or if they have a 5, whether it should get the 7 or they don't even have a GoPro. So they're just wondering which one to get. I made this video to help you guys out. The first thing we're going to start off with is what's new in the Hero 7 versus the Hero 5. The Hero 7 has 4K 60 while the Hero 5 only has 4K 30. Hero 7 also has this time warp feature, which is basically like a hyperlapse. If you don't know what hyperlapse is, you can check my video in the description for the time warp feature, the hyperlapse feature on the Hero 7. I do a whole video about it and it's really cool. The Hero 7 also includes this super photo for this in-camera photo enhancement thingy. They also added this feature called short clips where it takes 15 to 30 second clips at a time and allows you to be able to post those on social media and you won't have to deal with like trimming it down to 30 seconds, 15 seconds or whatever. And the last new thing they added was this portrait mode orientation where you can basically take photos like that and actually have the user interface like shift, kind of just like your phone. That's everything new that they added in the Hero 7, and there are a couple of things that they improved from the Hero 5 and into the Hero 7, so I'm gonna list those out right now. So the number one thing they improved was the stabilization. The stabilization on the 7 is crazy. I'm pretty sure you've seen a bunch of videos or clips demonstrating the stabilization, but I'll put some up right there, some of the stuff I've taken. Just note that like I'm just holding it like, you know, arm's length away from me and you know where I'm just walking. I have no sorts of stabilization and it almost makes it look like you're on a gimbal. It's that good. Another thing that they improved was the stabilization at higher frame rates. So you can get stabilization up to 4K 60, so that's pretty cool. They also added higher frame rates to more resolution. So a crazy one is 1080 at 240 frames per second. That's crazy for 1080. You can get some really slow motion with that, so that's pretty cool. They also improved the UI, the user interface of the camera, so it looks a lot better than the Hero 5. Every time I use my Hero 5, the user interface, it's a lot better on the Hero 7, so that's really nice. So those are all the things they improved from the Hero 5 in the Hero 7. So since that's everything that they improved and what they added, thank you guys for watching. Check the link in the description. I'm just kidding. Don't go anywhere. I still have a lot to talk about. So now I'm gonna go in depth between the Hero 7 and the Hero 5 and just really show you the differences and give you a good feel of like what's different and what's improved and what's the same. So I'll give you guys a more in-depth look between the two cameras. So let's go. So first thing we're gonna talk about is the design and build. So visually these cameras are very similar, like almost identical. Screens are almost the same or pretty much the same. It's really hard to tell the difference between these. The Hero 7 is a slightly more on the darker gray side while the Hero 5 is pretty much gray. I really like what they did with what they started with the Hero 5 where they introduced this design where you don't really need a casing around it. I think that was just a great move by them. Like I said earlier, a lot of the stuff is pretty much the same. It's just the interior workings that are really different. And now when it comes to batteries and charging, once again, it's still the same. The Hero 7 actually uses the same batteries as the Hero 5. So if you have the Hero 5 and you decide to get the Hero 7, you already have batteries for it. So you know, that's pretty cool. So that's pretty much it for the outside. Like I said, the only difference is being that the Hero 7 has a 7 and you know, it's just a darker shade of gray. But yeah, so let's go straight into the features. So feature wise, they both have the same things. They can both do the remote control and the voice control, which I think is a little underrated sometimes. I use the voice control all the time to, you know, GoPro start recording, GoPro stop recording, GoPro turn off. Like I use those. Like I'm usually not like a big fan of like voice controlled stuff, but on the Hero 7 and the Hero 5, I use it a lot. When it comes to video resolutions and frame rates, there's just a long list for both of these. So leave something down in the description or maybe in the comments for a list of resolutions and their frame rates. But the ones that are notable for the Hero 7 is that it can go 4K 60, 2.7K 60, 1440 60, 1080 60, and like everything in between, while the Hero 5 caps out at 4K 30, and then everything lower from there. Both of these cameras, you're able to switch it to 4x3. It's automatically set at 16:9, but both of these cameras have the option to go to 4x3. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is the stabilization. No contest, the Hero 7's stabilization is still way better than the Hero 5. I turned on stabilization for the Hero 5 a lot, but then ultimately it's just not as good when you compare it to the Hero 7. Hero 7 looks like you have a gimbal. Like seriously, it's like it's crazy what this thing can do. And I know you're probably tired of hearing that the Hero 7 stabilization is amazing, but it truly is. Like when you actually have it and you actually use it yourself, it's amazing what results you can get. So it's not a doubt that the Hero 7 stabilization is amazing. The next thing is Pro Tune. They both have Pro Tune. Honestly, I've never really played around with Pro Tune. I just kind of was like, leave it on auto and let it do its thing. So I can't really say much about Pro Tune. They also have this touch zoom. There's a little slider and you just kind of zoom in. That's pretty cool, but it's a digital zoom, so you're gonna get a cropped image. It's not gonna look as great, but at least the zoom feature is there. Now let's talk about audio. So I've been using GoPros ever since the Hero 3 Plus Silver. That was my first ever GoPro. So I know what GoPro audio can really sound like. The Hero 3 Plus, of course it was in that casing. And with the release of the Hero 5, now that it wasn't in the casing, it allowed for, better audio. The Hero 5, looking back, it had decent audio, but in the end, it wasn't that great. Like, especially when it comes to vlogging, I wouldn't use the on-camera mic on the Hero 5 for any kind of vlogging. With the Hero 7, they definitely improve it a lot compared to the 5. It's a huge jump from the 5 to 7, but for me, the on-camera mic is still lacking. I'd still rather have a shotgun mic. When it comes to audio, I'd rather have a shotgun mic. But overall, the audio, I have to compare these two, Hero 7 is still the better one. And in terms of like other things that these cameras could do, they both have the GPS, they both have the camera drone compatibility. I never had the camera drone. I think the camera drone is discontinued, right? I think it is. So yeah, there's that. Hero 7, you can do a live video on this, which is pretty cool coming from a camera this small. But I don't really go live on anything, so it doesn't really matter for me. It's just a cool little feature. So now let's talk a little bit about photos. For me, I've never actually really taken many photos with a GoPro. It's never been one of the main selling features for me. I just thought it was just a cool addition that you could take photos. For me, I only really care about the video functions on these. So when it comes to photos on here, I don't really have much of an opinion. I still rather take pictures with like my phone, really. Take that with a grain of salt because I barely use the photos. But from what photos I've taken, I can't really recommend these for photos. But yeah, that's just me. I barely use photos, so I can't really say much about it. So those are all the features of both the Hero 5 and Hero 7. I may have left some out just because I don't use some and I don't really know much about, but the main things that you would look for in a GoPro. I laid it all out for you guys, so should you upgrade? If you have the Hero 5, should you get the Hero 7? When it comes down to it, it really just depends on you. The Hero 5 is still a very capable action camera. You can definitely use it for vlogging, but when you look at the Hero 7, it's hard to not see all the cool features and improvements that they added into this camera. One of the factors that might make you choose the Hero 5 over the Hero 7 is that the Hero 5 is going to be much cheaper than the Hero 7. The Hero 7, I think I bought it for $300 or $400. I forget. I totally forget. But The Hero 5 is always going to be cheaper than it, so that's going to be another factor that you have to consider. So it's your personal preference. Are all the new features and improvements in the Hero 7 worth the price increase from the Hero 5? That's something you have to consider. That's all up to you. It depends on how much your budget is, or if that $100 or $200 price difference is really worth it to you to get the 7. So bottom line, if you can live without the stabilization, the time warp, and you're just looking to just take some really nice video by mounting a camera on your head while you're going skiing or skateboarding or going in the ocean, you know, if you're just looking for a cheap camera that can just do all that, then definitely go for the Hero 5. It's still a really great camera. And if you think that $100 or $200 price increase is worth it for you for those features, definitely go for the Hero 7. You won't be disappointed. So let me hear what you guys think. Are you gonna upgrade to the Hero 7, or are you gonna stick with the Hero 5, or do you not have a GoPro at all and you're just wondering what's the differences between the 5 and 7? Let me know in the comments below. I'd really like to hear from everyone. If you have any questions about either camera, please let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to respond. So thank you guys so much for watching this video comparing Hero 5 and the Hero 7. I've been wanting to make this video for a long time. When the Hero 7 released, I really wanted to make this video, but you know, I was really busy, and you know, since I have time today, I decided to record it for you guys. There'll be links to both of these cameras in the description, depending if you want either or, the Hero 7 or Hero 5, or if you just want to look at the spec sheet. Check in the description below, it'll all be there. I'll also check the description for the video I made about the time warp feature on the Hero 7. It's really cool when you can get a really nice scenery and just have that really smooth hyperlapse look. It's amazing. So check that video also in the description or the card somewhere here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out my other videos. I have a playlist specifically for the GoPro Hero 7, so this video is going to be in that playlist, so check it out on my channel. I also have vlogs and videos about the M50, which I'm filming on right now, so check those all out on my channel. And if you like what you see here, consider subscribing. I usually post once a week, but I've been busy lately. I've been able to post like once a month, but since Christmas is coming up and we've been in the holiday season, I'm slowly having more time so I can start making videos again. I have a New Jersey vlog coming up soon when I get editing to that. But yeah, I have a bunch of videos planned out. Want to get notified, hit the notification bell so you get notified. Thank you guys for watching once again, and I'm Freely, and I'll catch you guys later.